everybody. I guess you could say that the 2019 season, 2019 season, has officially kicked off with the combine. Although we're many weeks and months away before we get games again, but the combine is actually the beginning of the 2019 season, and then you got the free agency thing coming up. Then after that, you have the draft and training camp, preseason. Then we're back at it again. But I was really, so the combine was fun. It was exciting. It was nice to see that who we may be getting. I was really impressed with some of the things I saw. Um, this wide receiver, DK Metcalf, uh, ran a 4.33 second in a 40 and 40 yard thing, and that is just an amazing. It just I mean, this guy. I've seen highlights of this guy. I've seen all over YouTube. I've seen his highlights and everything. He is amazing, very athletic, very good football player, very athletic. I've seen plays where he has that kind of thing like Jerry Rice once had, where he can break away from the defender and get open. He finds that space downfield where the ball can be delivered to him, and he can get that separation. Another thing I've noticed too, he's like kind of like Odell Beckham Jr. in a way where he can make some incredible catches. So I mean, some of the most impossible catches. I saw highlight films where balls look like they should have been batted down or intercepted, but somehow he comes up with it. And this guy is really amazing, and what I saw him do in the combine was amazing. And he got really popular too over the weekend on the internet. I mean, there was all kinds of buzz about him. All kinds of talk about him on like on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, um, all these social networks. Everybody's been talking about this guy. So I would like us to get him, but here's the deal though. Our priorities, 49ers, our priorities going into this draft is the edge. We need an edge rusher. I mean, this is something that should have been addressed the last couple of years. And think about this: had it been addressed a year ago, then we could be talking about guys like DK Metcalf and getting him as drafting him. But our priorities right now are defense. We're going to need somebody for the edge on defense, and I believe that we're going to probably end up getting Nick Bosa, and and the reason why I said that, and originally I have said in the past that I started off as a Nick Bosa guy, and then I started wanting maybe Josh Allen, and start liking Josh Allen. But here's the thing, though. I don't think we're going to get Josh Allen. I don't. I think we're going to get Nick Bosa. And I don't think Nick Bosa is going to fall to the Cardinals, because the Cardinals, there's buzz going around the internet that they are actually interested in the quarterback, Kyler Kyler Murray. Excuse me, Kyler Murray. They're interested in Kyler Murray, and you might say, well, why would they be interested in another quarterback? They already have Rosen. But here's the thing, though: they have a new head coach, and usually when a new coach is hired, that new coach wants his own quarterback that can run his playbook, that can run the offense, that fits his style of offense. Rosen may not fit his style of offense, so he may be starting with getting a new quarterback to start things. So I look at them maybe taking Kyler Murray in the first pick. The Cardinals will, and that will leave us Nick Bosa. Now, Nick Bosa or Josh Allen, I don't see us getting Josh Allen. Nick Bosa, the 49ers, you see, with Nick Bosa, the 49ers got to meet with him over the weekend. They got talking with him. Um, he seems like he'd be interested to play with the 49ers. So it just kind of, so the things are just kind of pointing in that direction that we're going to get Nick Bosa. Now, I haven't seen Josh Allen do much, or I haven't. All I saw with Josh Allen was he was speaking at the combine, but I really never got to see him do anything. I don't know if he had done anything at all. I may have missed it. I've tried to find footage of it on YouTube. If he was participating at all in this, but all I really saw was him, speaking, um, from a podium, and what he said. He says that he believes he's the best in the draft, and and that everybody believes this, and if nobody takes him, um, he made it sound like teams are going to regret it because he will see those teams in the regular season. So I know that sounds like somebody who's cocky, but I really don't see it that way. I think he's just a guy with a lot of confidence, and confidence is a good thing. It's a good thing to have, and you can respect that in a player when they feel that way about themselves. But yeah, he ran a 4.33 second and 40. Nick Bosa at first ran a 4.84, and then later did a 4.79 seconds. So I think Bosa. A lot of people are saying that in this combine, Nick Bosa didn't do all that well. I mean, he did all right. He did good, but he didn't wow anybody. Look, just because the guy didn't wow people in the combine doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to be a good player. I mean, players have their best days, and then there's some days where they're just not themselves. It's just a human thing. So I think that when he gets on, if we get him, I think that he'll work hard. I think that he will do everything he can to make it right, help us on the edge. I think he'll be good. I'm not gonna look at his numbers and say that, well, he was average. I don't know about taking him. You can't really go by that. Um, but he did fine. I think he did fine. I think he did all right, and I really believe he's going to be our guy. Josh Allen, I just don't hear him talk. I don't hear Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch talking about him much, or I don't even think they've talked about him. I don't think they've met with Josh Allen. I don't think they've done that yet, or if they ever are, or if they're even interested in Josh Allen. Now, the only way I could see us getting Josh Allen maybe is if the Cardinals take Nick Bosa, which I don't see. Which I don't see at all, because I just see them getting Murray, and I think that when they get Murray, that leaves us with. I think the 49ers will probably they want Nick, but if they don't get Nick, they'll settle for Josh. That's what I think will happen. So yeah, that's how I think it's going to play out, and I'm really excited about it. Um, and Sweat, he did really well. I heard he did really well in what he was doing and stuff. So there's all kinds of possibilities out there. But I'm thinking Nick Bosa, and I wouldn't be disappointed because we know what he does. We know what he brings. I've seen the highlight films of how good he is, how athletic he is, what he's capable of doing, and I really feel good about that. Getting him, um, but we'll see. And this video, I'm not just going to talk about the combine. I'll talk about other things concerning the 49ers. It looks like Robbie Gould is going to be. He's been franchised, and like last week when I did my last video, I said that they haven't signed him yet. They haven't franchise tagged him yet. After I made that, 6 hours after I made that video, they put the franchise tag on him. So, but I don't know that he really wants to play with us. I mean, I think he does. I think he doesn't mind playing with us, but I think that he probably feels that he would rather probably be in Chicago because his family's there, and he talks about always being a Bear. So we'll see what goes on with that. Maybe the 49ers can figure out an extension to keep him beyond 2019. We'll see. Um, but yeah, and I think I guess the 49ers too also signed. Hold on a minute. Yeah, 49ers and guard Mike Pearson agreed to a 3-year, $9 million deal. You know, that's pretty good. I think that I think I think he's an all right guy player, but I think that he'll help us. I think he's decent. I think he can get better at what he's doing, and I'm glad we're starting to try to re-sign some of these guys, and try to keep them. Um, but yeah, so those are good things. You know, I also believe that we're going to have. I think the 49ers are going to have a good season. I really believe that. The reason why I believe that is because uh, if you look at last or a couple of years ago, remember at the end of the 2017 season, remember when the 49ers, they won those 5 games and they had Jimmy G starting, and everybody thought the 2018 season was going to be a breakout year for the Niners. The only thing is, when they went into that 2018 season, they went into the 2018 season with a lot of pressure on them. People were expecting them to do better than 2017, but then they also got a lot of injuries too. But I think that going into this season, they're not going to have pressure on them. They won't have a lot of pressure on them because a lot of people are still counting them out, like Deion Sanders on the NFL Network, who believes that they're still the third best team in the NFC West. We'll see, though. I think that I think they're going to surprise people because there's no pressure on them, and you know, so I think that will help them. I think it might give them a good season, and so yeah, I'm really excited about this off season, about what we're going to do, um, and I think that it's going to come together. You know, because right now it's important for John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. They're halfway through their contract, so they have to start delivering. So and I believe that they will. Um, and so yeah, um, I think that though we have to keep our guys healthy. That's important. We don't want to go through that again, but we'll get the right people in the right position to keep our guys healthy and stuff. But going back to the combine, I mean, I really have faith in Nick Bosa. I think he'll be good for us. I originally preferred Josh Allen, but I think that um, you know that I just don't see us getting him. I don't know. I did the everything point the signs point to Nick, and I think we'll get him. But I think he'll be good for us. We need the edge. We need the edge. But I tell you though, just like a lot of people, that Metcalf guy. I mean, how can you not be enthusiastic about him? I mean, God, I wish we could get him. But if we had addressed our problems last year, we could start talking about him. About wanting to get him. I think he's going to go early though. I think Metcalf is going to go early. I think maybe probably somewhere maybe number 4 or 5. I think he'll be taken. Um, I think the Raiders might take him though, because it sounds like John Gruden has a man crush on him because he's talking about John Gruden made a comparison with with Metcalf and Jim Brown, and he says he looks like Jim Brown, but I mean, what does he mean by that? Does he mean physically, or face look like Jim Brown, or does he, uh, or the way he plays? I mean, they're two different positions. I mean, Jim Brown was a running back, and this guy here, Metcalf, he's a wide receiver. So I don't know what John Gruden's talking about, but but yeah, I'm really excited about about what we're doing and where we're going to go with this and who we're going to get. Um, but that's all I wanted to talk about. So basically, the season has officially kicked off with the combine, and then the next thing that's coming up now is free agency. We can start talking about free agency and who we're going to get. We need to make splashes in free agency. We really do. I mean, if we're going to be good, we have to get the best that we can out there. And I'm not saying, let's blow all the money, and I'm not saying let's break the bank, but we could use a good chunk of that to really make our team better, and that's what we should be doing. I hope that the 49er brass, start seeing it that way. But the free agency thing will be another topic that we'll talk about in the in the coming weeks, and that's kind of getting close. So, I think about a week or about a couple of weeks or something like that. I'm not sure, but I know it's getting pretty close. But anyways, that's all I want to talk about. Everybody have a good week, and maybe we'll have more news this week. So everybody take care and have a good week.